Peace, wholeness, love, and light to the tribe. I am Nudiamonds here with a Gemini season June energy reading. I hope everyone out there is doing well. I'm just feeling very vibrant, very electric, okay? Just feeling like feeling really good. I hope you guys are feeling good, feeling this energy. Are you guys feeling this energy right now? I don't know, but it is very high vibes, very high vibrational, okay? We are moving into summer, okay? The sun is rising later and staying up later. This is the beginning of summer, okay? This is where things begin. This is the kickoff, right? So, I don't know. The song that I heard right before I even got on was Green Light. Okay, because if you want to, you got the green light. Oh, if you want to, you got the green light. So things are about to take off. Okay, this is all about the work that you invested in yourself, you being the investment, knowing that you're going to get a full return. This is harvest on those seeds that you have planted, being yourself. Okay, so thinking high vibrational, staying optimistic, and knowing that nothing but abundance is coming your way, especially if you've done the work. Okay. So, we're going to deep dive into this energy. I hope you guys are feeling well, doing good out there. And yeah, let's get into it. So, Geminis. Okay, happy birthday, Geminis. It's officially Gemini season. And wow, Gemini is all about the two, right? The build, right? The coming together, the pillars, the portal, the gateway, right? Because when I think of two, it is that Roman numeral, right? Those two pillars, that Solomon temple, right? The temple, the two, the mind, right? And that's what Gemini represents. It represents the mind, it represents thinking, it represents communication and listening as well, right? Some people like to say, oh, Geminis are two-faced, right? But it's really not about being two-faced. It's just Geminis have this aspect of them where they can see things from different sides, looking at it from a different perspective, right? So stepping outside of themselves to look at the whole picture, right? Looking at it from all shades, all sides, all facets without being biased, right? Because Geminis naturally have this dualistic nature, right? So it is this higher and lower, this inner, this outer, this left, this right, this masculine, this feminine energy that dwells within this Gemini energy. So that way you're able to think about things before acting. Now, that can be good and that can be bad because sometimes, the lower aspects are overthinking, right? Over talking, not listening, right? So just be mindful of this energy as it is coming in, and it's all about the mind. It's all about the conscious and the subconscious. It's all about the good and the bad, right? But balancing those, harmonizing those, and finding the center within and still being your authentic self and honoring your truth at this time, okay? So let me jump into my notes. I said this is a mutable air sign. So mutable being flexible on that mutable cross, as it is something that can, like I said, go this way, go that way. It's not fixed. It's not the start. It's the end. So it's able to maneuver and be this transformative energy due to this flexibility, this charismatic, this witty, this intuitive nature that comes with this Gemini energy. Okay, so when I'm speaking, just take all of this into perspective. You may start to feel this energy, okay, because it is in the air, right? And I say that because Gemini is also a air sign, right? And air governs the mind, air governs that masculine energy, right? So being assertive, but not being aggressive when it comes to the way that you're thinking, right? Speak your peace, speak your truth, and yeah, try not to cut too deep, right? And I say that because, you know, sometimes when people are emotional, they say things that they don't mean, right? So this is where that thinking before you act comes into play, and mastering those emotional intelligence at this time, okay? Also, this will be happening on 5/20 2025. So there is this mirror frequency, right? I say that because 5202025, right? So this could be a sense of you ending a old timeline, ending a old cycle, and coming out of this energy renewed, restored, right? The glow up, right? The grow up for the glow up. And it's just this beautiful journey that you have been on to embrace yourself and get in tune with yourself as we are entering in, the end of spring and the beginning of summer. Okay. So it is like this mirror frequency, right? And with mirrors, sometimes it's about breaking that illusion. Who do you see when you look in the mirror? What are the first thing that comes to mind when you look in the mirror? It's all about that self love, right? That dualistic nature, right? I have my persona, right? My outer appearance, but when it all falls down, right, at the end of the night, when I'm sitting with myself, who am I, right? Who are you when no one's looking? Who are you when you're by yourself, when no one's around? That's that true authentic nature, okay? And sitting with that and loving that no matter what that entails, okay? I also said it's like this portal to heaven energy, right? And because it's all about how you look at things, how you view things, right? So this could be a portal to heaven or hell, right? And that dwells within the mind, right? You can create whatever reality you want just by a simple thought. And we are raising higher. We are going above and beyond, right? Like this high frequency energy is here. So it's all about tapping into that, cultivating that, and staying in that frequency at this time, okay? And this is also just what a time to be alive, And some people like to say that this Gemini energy, right? Because the Gemini is the twins, right? So when I think about twins, there's a multitude of different aspects when it comes to twins, right? We have the identical twins, we have the fraternal twins, the maternal twins, right? These are twins. It depends. They could be separated within the embryonic state, right? And that deals with the mother, or it could be two sperm sacs that came into the egg, and that deals with the father state, right? There could be a sense of two males, two females, or both sexes, right? And I feel like there's so many levels when it comes to that twin dualistic nature, because this could be a sense of yourself, getting more in tune with yourself, tapping into that androgynous energy, right? Mastering your masculine, mastering your feminine, and bringing those both together to be one with the Most High. Or this could be a sense of those siblings, right? Because it is attached to siblings, neighbors. So this could be an aspect of a family member or a partner, a friend, right? Or this could be an actual relationship, right? My twin flame, right? That twin, that lover, right? That lover's card is catered to Gemini. So this is about mastering yourself to find wholeness, right? Bringing all pieces to the picture so we can see the bigger picture, okay? And that is you, right? So I love that. So I said, something is about to pop off, right? This is the beginning of it all. This is the kickoff, right? Because in June is, Gemini season is all about that spring energy, right? Bringing forth something. But this is the end of spring, the end of the spring, right? When it's released, when it lets go, and we take off into that summer, because at the end, around June 20th, 21st, 26th, we start to feel this heat, and that is the beginning of summer. So something is about to take off. This is the start, the initiation, and the beginning. The After all of this work that you have put in, you should start to see something blossoming, right? Due to that spring energy, due to that June energy, right? In June, the flowers bloom, right? So we get the April showers bring May flowers, and in June, the flowers bloom, right? Those roses, right? And another aspect of that love energy is a lot of people getting married, right? Those wedding bells, right? The wedding bells, right? So I say that because everybody wants to get married in June, because the roses are in full bloom in June, right? And it's just this beautiful energy. Things are lighting up. The clouds is going away. The storm is gone. You can see clearly now. The rain is gone, right? So it's just this beautiful, vibrant, pop off energy when it comes to June, when it comes to Gemini, right? And it's all about, if you mastered yourself, master that dualistic nature within yourself, okay? And it's also about that inner child, right? That first educational, youthful energy, right? Because when I also think of the Gemini energy, they say they're very childlike, right? Very witty, very creative, very imaginative, right? Because it is, the third sign. So it's still in those beginning phases of mastering yourself, right? Those first 7 years of child development are very pivotal for a child's life, right? That is when they're intaking that sponge, absorbing things, right? Adapting to things, as that is a Gemini trait, adaptability, right? And so this is something that you've been molding within yourself, molding within your inner child, especially if you've been working on that and healing that, doing that shadow work. There's something that is blossoming and radiating out from that inner child, right? That inner child is shining right now. That creativity is at an all-time high due to this beautiful work that you have done, this beautiful creative work, and being that master creator and that co-creator within yourself to bloom at this time, okay? I'm looking at my notes. So I kind of went over these. Also, that 2, right? Because I say 2, Gemini is 2 because it is 2. It's 2 people, it's 2 faces, it's 2 sides, it's polarity. It's literally the embodiment of duality, right? So that is that 2, right? That is that builder, right? That is that growth, right? That 1 + 1 = 2, that 2, right? But then it also is that 3, right? Because 3 is the third sign, right? And 3 is all about understanding, understanding, overstanding to overcome certain things, right? If you gain the knowledge, if you know that is wisdom, then you have the understanding to apply these things to grow, to bloom, right? And I feel like this is a great time for social aspects as well. Because like I said, it is that communicator. So it is all about advice, right? So listening to people's advice, not saying you have to listen to what everybody tells you to do, just listening with an open ear, not being closed-minded, not being, closed off, really opening up your heart, opening up your mind, because there's, like I said, opening, that blooming, that flower blooming. This is the opening. And that also makes you more radiant, make you more attractive, right? A sense of that aphrodisiac energy that these flowers have, that aromatherapy, right? They're attractive. They look good. They smell good, right? They're in full bloom. It's just this beautiful essence, this divine essence that resides from within due to this beautiful growth that has happened. Okay. Also, I kept getting like this 369 energy, like I said, the mutable cross, right? But I say that because this is the third sign, but it's also the 6th month, right? So that 3 and that 6, right? This jumping, this multiplying, this 3 plus 3, right? But also 3 times 3 is 9, right? And I say that because 3 plus 6 is 9, right? So it's this double up. And the 9th sign opposite of Gemini, the 3rd sign, is Sagittarius. And that's all about growth. That's all about takeoff. That's all about wisdom. That's all about your higher mind, right? Because Gemini is considered the conscious, right? The conscious mind, and really dwelling in that. But if you are working on yourself, then you're able to master this subconscious mind and tap into your higher mind as well. Which is kind of cool because I did a meditation last night and I just kind of really wanted to sit in my lower chakras and clear out energy. And when I got to the crown chakra, it was this huge rebirth that I experienced, and it was very beautiful, right? So it's just about getting in tune with yourself, mastering all sides, all facets, all shades, right? To be whole with yourself, to know thyself, right? Okay, now, all right, it's starting to trickle on in. Shout out to Soul Tribe. Thank y'all so much for being here with me. Love y'all so much. It's also about just this community, right? Because, like I said, it's the two. It's not one. It's not the first. It's not alone. It's about the community. It's about the two. It's about being of service. It's about working, right? And working with the collective, working with yourself, working with others to blossom and bloom and grow when it comes to the mind, right? Being mindful. And that's a double entendre because you want to be mindful of others, but you want your mind to be full of beautiful, high vibrational things. And you don't want to be full of yourself, right? You don't want your mind to be full of negative thoughts. You want your mind to be full of positive, good things. Okay. Also, it is attributed to hands, right? I know y'all see me talking with my hands a lot. I am a Gemini sun, okay? I can't help it. It's just in my nature that I talk with my hands, right? Or if you just, that's just another way of communication, right? It makes me think of sign language, right? Sign language is a form of communicating with the hands, right? Without even talking, right? So also working with the hands, right? Being creative, right? Mudras, mantras, right? Right? Tapping into that frequency also rules the arms, right? So moving those arms, right? Also the lungs, right? That breath, right? That breath, that air, right? If we don't have air, baby, you can go months without eating. You can go months without drinking water. Baby, you can't go months without air. You need air. Okay. So it's all about being thankful, being grateful, being in gratitude for what it is that we do have. And sometimes being in the present, right? And just taking the breath and being in that bliss. Okay. And also connecting to, when I think of the breath, it really centers the mind, and the mind is also attributed to thought, right? That thought energy, right? And I say thought, who has many names, right? Thoth, Tahuti, Jehudi, Hermes, right? Some people, Hermes. Some people like to say this is, Jesus, Yahshua, what's his name? Is it not Thor? It's another Greek god. I know I'm forgetting out there, but y'all get the picture. It's it's this beautiful, highly intelligent, ancient wisdom that is here, right? Because thought rules Mercury. Thought rules thought. Mercury is attributed to Gemini, right? Also attributed to Virgos, right? But that Gemini energy is all about thought and communication in the mind, in writing and using your hands and scrying and scribes. This is all about the ancient technology that we have, and it is our minds, right? It is the brain, it is the pineal gland, right? It is thinking and tapping into this higher level knowledge to obtain material things in this realm, right? That sense of manifestation, that act of manifestation, that act of magic, right? The act of healing, the act of anything comes from a simple thought, right? And then you can will it into existence, okay? Also that green energy, right? That emerald tablet energy. I like to say this because literally crystals, gems, gem in I, gem is in the word Gemini, you guys. And then if you really break down that whole gem in I, the gem in I, right? The gem within me, I am the gem, right? You are the prize. You are the crystal. You are the star, right? You are that diamond, right? Maybe a diamond in the rough, but you have to go within and polish that. This is something that dwells within. Crystals dwell from within the earth, right? Now outside of it, you have to go into the cave to retrieve the gem, right? The gem in I, right? And I also say that because, crystals are attributed to this time of year. Like I said, wedding rings, getting married. Women love diamonds. Diamonds are forever, right? I can't sing, but y'all get the picture, right? This whole diamond essence, this whole light body, this whole upgrade, DNA activations, because we are that star. We are the crystal, right? And also going back to the emerald tablets, precious stones, you are precious, right? You are that precious gem. And you are that pearl, right? Because pearl is attributed to June, right? That birthstone, right? And when I think of pearls, I love this analogy because it came to me the other day. Clams, oysters form pearls because of dirt, oil slick that comes into them. And these pearls are made from them alchemizing that dirt, that mud, that clutter, and they make a pearl, right? So it's the sense of alchemy that comes from doing this inner work that turns into a gem, turns into a precious stone, right? And I love that. I was like, wow, that is beautiful. And then also this, dwelling within the waters, dwelling within your emotions, going deep down within yourself, right? Deep down in the ocean, because that's where these oysters dwell, right? They're not just floating, some of them float and swim, but realistically they're down, and you have to go deep down within yourself, right? That gem in I, right? To bloom and blossom and grow and open up and transform and transmute, to tap into your power. Okay. I also said there's going to be a full circle moment, right? With this Gemini energy. And I say that, that full circle because story time. What got me into spirituality was I had a dream about 5 years ago. I can't remember how long ago it was. Maybe even it was like 7 or 8 years ago. I had this dream, and I will never forget it. But I just was asleep. It was pitch black. This is right before I'm waking up. So like that alpha state. I'm asleep, and I hear noise in the background. It sounds like someone's running to me heavy footed, right? They're heavy footed. It sounds like this right there. And it starts far off, then it gets closer. So I'm like, okay, someone's coming to me. As this energy entity spirit is coming to me, I hear a language I don't understand, right? And they're saying it softly, then it gets louder and louder to where they're yelling it at me. And the only thing that I can remember is Delio Smin. Delio Smin. Because they're speaking in this language and I'm like, what? And then I hear Delio Smin, Delio Smin. And I'm like, what is a Delio Smin? And then they yell it one more time. I wake up. I'm like, that was a very interesting dream vision. I don't know what it was. I think nothing of it. Go about my day. I keep hearing Delio Smin, Delio Smin. I'm like, okay, let me just type in Delio Smin in Google and we're just going to see what pops up. Right? I'm just curious now, curiosity, Gemini energy, right? And lo and behold, it says Hindu. I'm like, Hindu? I don't speak Hindu. I don't know nothing about no Hindu, right? I'm like, okay, maybe I was Hindu in the past life. I'm chalking it up to Hindu, right? And then I'm like, okay, so it's Hindu, but what does this mean in Hindu? So I do the translation, right? And it's embodied soul. And I'm getting chills right now. I immediately get chills and I'm like, for me, my spirit was like, it's time for your soul to wake up, because it was yelling embodied soul. And I woke up. Literally, I woke up out of my dream. So it was like this divine, benevolent entity was telling me, all right, Diamond, it's time for you to wake up. It's time for your soul to wake up. It's time for your spirit to wake up, because you have a mission here to complete on earth. Because right before, that's like literally right when I literally woke up to consciousness, tapped into consciousness. I was like at this pivotal moment in my life where I was more health conscious and I was starting to question things. I'm like, well, if, let me eat healthier, right? Let me work out more. I was on the brinks of a spiritual awakening, but that was literally my spiritual awakening moment. And as I deep dove into that Delio Smin word, I found out that this was part of the Bhagavad Gita. I know I'm butchering a word, but it's basically the Hindu religious books, religious texts. And it's where Krishna is gaining enlightenment. And this deity was telling Krishna, or Krishna was telling the deity to, your soul is immortal. Your soul is of a childlike nature, right? And it is immortal. It is forever. The embodied soul, it reincarnates and is just this beautiful, childlike, everlasting, infinite, radiant being. And I was like, whoa, right? So I just had this whole affinity towards this whole Krishna Hindu, because Sanskrit, Mesopotamia is one of the oldest texts. Hindu, Buddhism is one of the oldest religions that has not been tampered with, right? So I'm like, okay, this is really cool. I've always seen these beautiful ancient desert temples, in visions. It made me think of past life things, right? So like I said, this is a full circle moment. And what brought me into that is because I just got that book, right? I just bought the book. It came yesterday, and I was like, wow, this is a full circle moment, because this is all about the soul evolving, right? The soul growing. So I feel like you guys are having a full circle moment when it comes to clearing past life things, okay? And remembering who you are from past life, clearing out karma from past life things, just a full circle, a full cycle moment, right? And the wheel is turning in your favor right now due to you doing this internal work, being on this spiritual journey, having this spiritual growth, and pouring into yourself at this time, okay, you guys? And I just thought I should share that with you because I love y'all, right? And I could share that, right? It's something that's close and near and dear to my heart, and I don't share that with a lot of people because they're like, what? Like, that's demonic. Like, you heard an entity talking about your soul waking up. Like, nah. Y'all soul tribe, y'all get it. Y'all probably done had some prophetic dreams or some very interesting dreams yourselves where it's like it changed your spirit, right? It changed your whole outlook on life. And those was one of those pivotal moments that changed my life because I just started to deep dive into different knowledge and different cultures and different religious backgrounds. And I found out that a lot of them have a lot of similarities, and they have a lot more in common than they do different. And it made me stop being so combative when it comes to thinking one way, this religion is right, this religion or no way. No, because the Muslims have their teachings that I agree with. The Moors have their teachings that I love and I agree with. The Buddhists have their teachings that I love, right? The Hindu, culture, the Chinese culture, the Christian culture, every religion, right, has something that we can learn and that we can gain a sense of wisdom and understanding and knowledge from. It's just about being open to that understanding and knowing that it all derives from the Most High, okay, from Source. All right. Okay. Okay. Also, and soon as I tapped into this full circle moment, as I was writing down my notes, a black and white ladybug or black and white beetle, fruit bug, veggie bug, whatever y'all want to call it. I'm going to call it a black and white ladybug because that's what it looked like. That's what resonated to me. And I was like, no way. As I'm doing my Gemini breakdown, tapping into this yin yang energy, this full circle balancing, a bug, a white and black ladybug land on my hand, right? And it gave me a sense of balancing within yourself. There's going to be a lot of good fortune that comes to us, right? As I was writing, right? I was just fully in this whole Gemini season energy. And it was a lot. Okay. There was so much confirmation I was getting. So you guys are going to get a lot of confirmation. Things were coming in fast. So get ready to embrace things, but also pace yourself, give yourself grace. Okay. And just get ready for a whirlwind of blessings. Okay. And it made me think of Allah and a lot. Okay. Because people love to talk about Allah, Allah, Allah. What about Allah? Right? What about the divine's counterpart? Right? It's androgynous, yes, but when it's split into two, the one turning into the two, right? It's this polarity, right? I want to see myself, right? I want to see myself in my image. I'm going to create myself in my image, right? So it's this seeing yourself in your true aspect, authentically and unapologetically being yourself, right? And balancing and knowing that there is a God and goddess that resides within you, that priest or that high priestess that resides within you, that emperor and that empress that resides within you. You just have to get in tune with that. And then you can create whatever reality that you want. Okay. Yeah. also this esoteric energy, because that deals with the mind and growth, but that deals with just a select few, right? And also this esoteric, right? So eso being the one, being a small group, being in this realm with this occult, higher mystical mysticism knowledge, right? And exoteric meaning something that everyone can obtain, right? Something that everyone can understand, right? We're on a planet, right? We are on a planet. We're on planet Earth. That is something that everyone understands, a sense of exoteric. Esoteric is, we're on a firmament. The plane is a flat plane, and there's only realms on the outer layers, and there is inner realms, Argatha, and it's like, wait, some people are like, what the heck? So that is esoteric. Only certain people know about these things, right? So it's this balance between the one and the all, right? All for one, one for all. Okay. And then also this metaphysics energy. I don't know. I was going deep in my notes yesterday. It was just things that just kept coming up. But this all deals with the mind, right? This all deals with your higher mind, right? And also dwelling within that lower mind, but finding balance and centering that, right? Standing for something, or making sure that you're not falling for anything, right? So that metaphysics, right? And this is just different philosophies, abstract thinking, when it comes to space and ideas and theories, right? Is, we are infinite immortal beings, right? There isn't any proof of this, but it's just a inner knowing that this energy dwells within us all, right? That gnosis energy, right? That there is this higher source, this godlike essence, this creator, right? You have no proof of God, or the most high or source or creator, but it's this essence that is felt, right? And then it also took me to this pseudo science energy, right? Oh, that's pseudo, right? But, and pseudo meaning false, right? And in science, that's false science. That's false light, right? That's not real, right? But, and they say, it's pseudoscience because you have no proof of it. But we have no proof of the air, but it's there. You can't see it. You can't feel it. It's here, right? And we know it's here, just like space, right? Is it above? Is it waters above? Is it firmament? Is it, nobody knows, right? Did they go to space? Did they go to the moon? Did they not go to the moon, right? That's all part of that Gemini energy thinking, right? Using your mind to think for yourself, right? Okay, now. And it's also this, and I'm bringing this up because it's all going, like I said, it's all going to come back full circle, y'all. And these are just like my intuitive notes that I took for this energy. But it's, they like to say Geminis, like I said, they say they're two-faced, right? And when I think of two-faced, I think of Joker, right? Joker, from Batman, right? Because, he was sweet. You don't know if he was playing. That's kind of like that energy. You don't know if they playing or not. Are you serious? Is this a sarcasm, or, this Joker energy, this Hayoka energy, this Heka energy, right? Jack of all trades, right? Because I'm able to shapeshift into anything, right? This magician, right? Literally, the magician card is attributed to Gemini, Mercury energy, right? Okay, now. So yeah, and like I said, in the lower nature, sometimes it is, I don't know, but I got like ADHD energy, attention, because, they always like to say, oh, it's hard to keep a Gemini's attention because, they're always dating. They're always so flirty. But it's not that is just that it takes a lot to stimulate a Gemini, because Geminis like to be mentally stimulated, right? We like that. It's like sapo energy, that saposexual energy. Like, you have to stimulate the Gemini's mind to keep their attention. And I hate to say it, whether it's bad or good, that attention, right? It makes me think of Kanye West. He's like the perfect Trump, right? A whole bunch of other Geminis come to mind, right? But it's this keeping their attention, right? And it's hard to keep their attention because their mind is just racing and going and thinking at all times. So this may be a time where you have to quiet the mind as well, because the mind may be overthinking, overworking, over processing things, and you really want to ground yourself, detox, and center yourself, so that way you can get a sense of a clear mind and clarity. Okay. Multitasking interest. Okay. So being mindful of the multitasking, right? Going back to that love aspect, right? But like I said, love is a multidimensional thing, right? It's not just one way of loving someone, showing love, receiving love, right? You can love yourself, you can love others, your infinity for the Most High. And these, it's just different ways, of love. Love is infinite, right? God is love, right? The Most High is love. That high frequency, that high vibration energy is bliss, is love, is orgasmic, right? This union, right? Whether that's with two people or yourself or the divine, it's a union of coming together and being one, being whole, right? So I said divine union with self, with others, and something coming in, right? So there's going to be some aspect of love. Y'all heard me right. It's going to be something coming in with love, some aspect of love, whether this be love for yourself, falling more in love with yourself, right? Being more one with the all, the creator, source, the Most High, right? That sense of bliss and feeling whole. Or this could be a sense of a partner coming in. Business partner, family, siblings, friends, or love partner, love birds. Okay. And I've been getting this energy heavy, right? So just be mindful, be open, right? Having options, multiple options. That's something that's popping up. And getting what you deserve. Okay. I'm going to leave that energy there. Okay. But yeah, this kind of going back to what I was talking about with the weddings, that love coming in, right? The flowers blooming that attracts the bees, the birds and the bees, right? That love aspect, that creator aspect, because you need the two to create the one, right? The three. Okay. Some people even like to say 1 + 1 = 3, right? Because you add the 1 plus the 1, those two people create a person, which makes 3, right? All right now. Okay. And love is just an expression. I feel like one of the highest expressions of the divine, right? This orgasmic, blissful love state. And also when I think of flowers, when the divine, I like to think when the divine created flowers, it was a manifestation of love, the manifestation of love that the divine has for us. Because if you're growing fruit, plants, vegetables, herbs, you know that right before the harvest comes, the fruit comes, the flowers come. Okay. All right. Also another flower that was attributed to Gemini to June was this lily of the valley. And I had to do some research because I never heard of it. And then once I seen it, I was like, oh my God, I see this flower all the time in my dreams, in my visions. And it's a flower that looks like a bell. I really want to show y'all what I'm talking about. So it's this flower, lily of the valley. And I was like, that is so beautiful. And then when you think of it, lily, right? A lily, a lotus, a lily, something opening up, lily pads, right? This leap, right? Something that can dwell in harsh environments again, right? The lily of the valley, right? Valleys, they're known for being hot. Death Valley is hot, right? But a flower to grow in harsh conditions, the rose that grew out of the concrete, right, is beautiful. A sense of purity, a sense of clarity, right? Also, what did they call it? They said this was a flower that means return to happiness, right? And I love that, the return to happiness. Also orchid flowers, right? Which is this, they said those stand for undying truth, right? So immortal wisdom, right? Is just this underlining wisdom that is here, this happiness, this love that is here, that dwells within all of us, right? Stop and smell the flowers. Stop and smell the roses, right? Okay, I hope I made that point. Also, like I said, they look like little bells, right? And it made me think of my bell, right? The bell. But what is a bell, right? A bell is something that grabs your attention. A bell means that something is coming, right? Ringing a bell in class. Okay, come to class, right? That's an alert, right? An alert, attention. Something's coming in or something is leaving. And Spirit is telling me it's both, right? That old cycle is ending and leaving, and a new cycle is coming in, the return of happiness, right? And also that bell, the bell, right? The bell of the ball, right? Cinderella energy, right? Transforming, right? Like I said, getting it out the mud, transforming these hardships into beautiful energy, blessings, miracles, magic, mystical things, right? With your mind, right? From Mama's Magic, all right? All eyes on you. Okay? So just be ready to embrace this energy. There's going to be, like I said, this sense of attraction, this sense of glowing, your essence, your presence, being admired, right? And attractive, that abundance. Okay? So yeah, I basically said this is just about you going internal to master yourself, right? And I say that because hold on, let me take a I say that because the Gemini constellation in the sky, right? It sits on Orion's shoulder, right? And I love that I made this connection yesterday because I'm like, the twins sit on Orion's shoulder, right? That is that Gemini essence, that Gemini energy, the two angels, the angel and the devil on your shoulder, in your ear, whispering, do it, don't do it, right? That conscious, right? But it's all about your mind and you mastering that at this time. Okay. Also connected to Sirius, right? Because if you know anything about the constellations, you know Orion's belt is a straight shot next to Sirius, right? And if right above that is Gemini, right? And it just gives me like this sense of this rebirth, your soul, right? A rebirth of your soul when it comes to the mind, when it comes to elevation, when it comes to your spirit, right? And this is like the beginning of summer, right? Because, you know, Sirius is attributed to Anubis, which is the dog, which is why they say, you know, 8-8 portal, August is the hottest days of summer, the dog days of summer, right? Where the dogs are like, because it's so hot, right? So this is going to be the kickoff energy. We enter that portal, enter that gate, you know. It's kind of like we close out this old cycle. It's this new portal that is here, this new door, this new gateway. And we are opening up the gate, opening up the door, opening up that portal to get ready to walk through it this summer. And it's going to be a lot that happens this summer. This is just the beginning. Okay. Yeah. So those were my notes that I took just off of my mind, just downloading, researching, uploading crown loads. Okay. I'm going to get into the astrology and, show you guys the chart. Okay. Sun is in Gemini, Leo rising when this energy hit. Okay. You guys can screenshot it if you like. But yeah, to me, I'm just going to show y'all this real quick. This looks like a penthouse, a pentagon, a star, right? A cup. Oh, it's turning. Oh, okay. It's turning today. Things are turning today. Things are turning today. But yeah, this looks like multiple things. I'm just going to show y'all because I'm about to start going in. Look like a cup, right? Something taking off, a house, the foundation. Okay, just so we're clear. Okay? Now, we have the sun in Gemini, right? Which immediately, soon as I wrote that down, I heard star power, right? I heard fame, fortune, hopes, wishes, and dreams coming true, and big expansion. Now, why do I say this? Because the sun is entering in Gemini, and Gemini, what is in Gemini? Jupiter is in Gemini, the planet of abundance, of expansion, of good luck, of miracles, of the divine, right? Then not only that, when it was rising, it's in the 11th house. So it starts off in the 10th house and then it goes to the 11th house. The 10th house is how people view you, fame, career, right? Discipline, right? So if you've been mastering yourself and working on discipline, then there's going to be a lot of abundance, fame, growth, expansion, spotlight, miracles that happen for you. And like I said, I'm going to double down on it, right? And y'all already know, I ain't even got to get in my ego about it, but y'all know, okay, this is that time. This is the time we've been waiting for. Everybody who's been pouring into themselves, investing in themselves, doing this work. And then watch at the end of June, because that's when it really kicks off, right? This Gemini season is just the beginning. It really kicks off at the end of June, because at the end of June, Jupiter goes into Cancer. The sun goes into Cancer, and they're going to be conjunct. And not only that, we have Saturn moving out of Pisces, and it's been there a while, right? Saturn, 30 years, 29 years. It's finally leaving Pisces and is going to be going into Aries. Okay, I'll do a whole nother breakdown on that, because that's a whole nother energy. But there's a lot of shifts that are happening right now. You can already feel them. Okay, so embrace yourself. This is a big change for the better, bigger and better. Okay. But yes, I said divine communications. I don't know if y'all ready. I don't really know if a lot of people are ready for what's about to happen. Okay. Because when I say divine communication comes in all forms, all shapes, all sides, all signs, all symbols, right? Divine communication looks like communication with your angels, with your spirit guides, with entities, benevolent entities, aliens, if you will. They don't like being called aliens. Right? But if you want to get technical, if quote unquote God source created the earth off of the earth, isn't that technically an alien, right? That's divine communication. It's something outside of you, something outside of yourself, something outside of this earth is considered alien, right? I digress. Okay, divine communication. I said orbs. All right, so get ready to see some stuff. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's some stuff that's about to make itself known, make its presence known. Star family is about to make their self known. Okay, UFOs, UAPs, whatever they want to call it, try to confuse us. Orbs, lights, things that are not from here, but returning back because it's from here. whole nother transmission, as B-Dell will say. That's a whole nother transmission. I'll get into that later. But this is what came up because stars. We not the only stars, right? From another galaxy, you can see our sun, a star, right? When we go outside, we see all of these stars in the sky. That's a whole nother galaxy, right? But stars being enlightened, right? That inner flame, you are the star, right? And stars also attributed to Venus, abundance, love, light, right? Just all of this good vibrational energy. And another thing that really made me think about aliens and UFOs and stuff is because all of the movies, all of the children movies that are coming out this summer during Gemini season and the rest of the summer are like alien, space, multidimensional, universal movies. Diamond, you crazy? No, I'm not crazy, because we have Lilo and Stitch coming out. What is Stitch? Oh, okay. Stitch is an alien, right? All right now. Then there's this another movie. It's called ELO. It's about this boy on Earth that feels like he doesn't belong here. So he goes outer space and he feels at home. What? Go look it up, y'all. These are all kids movies that are coming out back to back to back to back to back in Gemini season. Okay. The Karate Kid, The Legends. All right. They bringing back Jackie Chan. They bringing back the legends now. Come on. The return of the legends, the Karate Kid, the inner child, right? The return of the ancestors. Okay. That's what it's really given. Okay. How to Train Your Dragon, the live movie, the live action movie. Okay. If y'all don't know nothing about them dragons, I suggest y'all go do your research. Okay. How to Train a Dragon. That's how to train that inner Ra within you. Right? We all have an inner dragon, a dragon that dwells within. That's a whole, oh my goodness, there's so much coming through. Right? The Moors were considered dragons. Yeah, I'm gonna take it there. We're gonna take it there today. Right? The divine mother Sophia, Tiamat, the dragon, right? These fifth dimensional beings that travel interdimensionally, multidimensionally on a higher level, outer space, are dragons, right? That wave, that water, that snake, right? That transformation, right? From the snake to the lizard, the kimono dragon, right? To the dragon, to the flying dragon, right? From the fire breathing dragon to the flying dragon, right? It's levels, the ascension, the phoenix, right? All right. How to Train a Dragon. I'm sorry. I had to take it there. Then we got Smurfs. What? La, 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 la. Sing a happy song. Okay. What are Smurfs? They're blue little things, interdimensional beings. And on this Smurf movie, they're going out of space. They're going to a whole nother dimension. What are they telling the kids, y'all? What is the message that they're trying to give the kids with all of these movies about going outer space and aliens and relating it to the kids, the inner child? Then last movie, Zootopia 2 is coming out. Okay. I'm a big kid at heart. That's, Gemini energy, just period. If you just love, and I feel like they have so many hidden messages within the kids' movies. Sonic it was a whole bunch of hidden gems, literally the chaos emeralds. If you gain all 7 chaos emeralds, you become supersonic. All right. That's just one. Moana, right? She had to get the heart of Tafiti, that green, right? But she had to go within and find her own strength, right? Remembering the ancestors, following the shooting star, right? It's another good movie. Zootopia, right? Not judging people because of their outer appearance, because it's all about their intentions in their heart. Right. Now they're coming out with Zootopia 2, and Zootopia 2, like I said, things aren't as they appear. The illusion, breaking past the illusion, right? These eyes, this light, right? That we see. It can be a light prison, right? Light prison that you're stuck in, or a light prism that you shoot light out of. Right? And it's all about how you look at it. Okay? All right. Now that's just the movies. And I had to break it down because all of this is in the chart. Right? I kept this alien in energy kept popping up. I'm like, well, why is this alien energy? And then I seen Lilo and Stitch. I'm like, oh, okay. Elo. I'm like, wait a minute. That's another alien movie. Zootopia, Smurfs. Then they show the Smurfs. He's busting open the firmament and going into space, and it's 5 different levels. I'm like, okay, you don't got to tell me more than once, Spirit. I get the picture. It's some interdimensional, outer dimensional, multi-dimensional things happening here. And it's a lot to do with entities that are coming here and returning, and us being the entities and communicating with those entities. DNA, ancestors. All right. I'm going to leave that there. All right. Then we have Uranus and Mercury in Taurus in the 10th house, right? So Uranus is all about unique, unexpected, shocking, revelational, rebel, humanitarian things. Mercury is all about communication. That is Gemini's ruling planet. Okay. So communicating your authentic views, being your authentic self, thinking, right? Unexpected, shocking things coming to the mind, right? Divine communication, enlightenment, electricity, right? And I said this being in Taurus is going to be major reward for being your authentic self. Okay. And also, this energy is all conjunct Saturn, right? And Saturn is all about discipline. It's all about, so it's right here. Saturn is right there about to go into Aries. And then if you look over at Taurus, right? So all of this energy is sextile, meaning that it's excitement, the sex, the six, right? It's conversing, it's communicating, it's electrifies, it's charged up, right? And it's rewards for having discipline, karmic justice, empowerment, right? Fame and fortune and royalty, right? Royalties, right? Receiving what is yours, right? The royalties. Y'all know about that if y'all make music. Y'all got, okay, I know I got some artists on here. Y'all know about them royalties, okay? But you are the royalty, right? And getting back in tune with that because it's our birthright. Okay. Also, social media expansion, right? Because we have two of the planets that deal with electronics, right? On a bigger scale and on a lower scale, right? The lower mind, the higher mind, right? Electricity, electronics, technology, right? And communication, right? So that gave me social media, right? Crypto, all of these things that deal with currency and communicating with social people on the internet, right? The internet, the web, right? Social media expansion. This could be the time where somebody goes viral. You may go viral if you on social media putting that work in, right? This could be a time where we see a lot of viral things popping off because we in that portal, we in that window. Okay. Life changing overnight. Okay. You could just go to sleep, post something, not even tripping, wake up, everything changed, right? Unexpected things, unexpected changes happening. I don't say this all the time. I don't do feel good. I mean, you may feel good, to each his own, but I don't do stuff to stroke people's ego. I don't say stuff just for the wow factor of it. I only say stuff that I get channeled and called to say. And if I feel like this is something that's going to happen, it's going to happen. Somebody's going to be famous, become famous overnight. Somebody's hard work, whether it's in your career, right? Your career expanding, right? Whatever you're building, you're working on, blowing up in a good way, going up, right? Because you've been putting the work in, right? There's some type of overnight sensation that happens. All right. This could just be you feeling energetically charged, right? These upgrades that come in and happen overnight. Multiple things. Okay. And this is going to happen over the course of this month. I'm not saying, oh, you're going to wake up tomorrow. It could, but Spirit is saying this is over the course of this month. Watch how your energy shifts. Watch how things shift. Watch how things change. Okay. Also, soul mission, karmic lessons complete. Okay. I kind of went over that. And I say that because the moon is in Pisces, right? So this is like the ending of that cycle, ending of that karma, ending of that, Pisces is the end. Moon is thinking, intuition, healing, right? So the ending of that karmic healing cycle that you may have been on. right? I mean, we never done healing, we never done learning, but I feel like there's a huge chunk that we have completed that is complete. It is done. We've done all the work, right? And we're going to start receiving rewards for that work. Okay. So I said intuition, powers activated, divine interference. There's going to be more solar flares. All right. I don't know if y'all seen my other video. I was talking about, do y'all feel this energy today? Literally 3 hours later, it was a huge solar flare. I've been talking about the solar flares coming in. I've been talking about the Schumann resonance going off. Just be prepared for this energy to amp up. All right. We just had an X1 solar flare. We're going to be feeling that all this weekend. And there's going to be more, right, as we move into summer. Okay. So make sure you're staying hydrated. Make sure that you're detoxing. Make sure that you're listening to your body, right? And getting the right nutrition. I'm hearing malnutrition. Okay. So make sure you guys are getting your minerals, your vitamins. Okay. And then Spirit kept saying, we're going to see something that we haven't seen before. That's what I got. Okay. Something shocking and electric, something big is going to happen. And a huge reward is destined for you. You're worth it. A huge reward, something is destined for you. Okay. Whatever you've been working on yourself, investing in yourself, that self-love, that confidence, right? You finally got that confidence you've been wanting. I know I'm speaking about myself when I say that, because I've been working on self-love, right? I didn't love myself the way I wanted to 10 years ago. I love myself so much now. I know my self-worth, and I'm still gaining different levels of and learning different levels of myself and how to love myself better, right? All right, now I'm not about to get too mushy with y'all today. Then I said the foundation is set for takeoff, right? Because that chart looks like a little rocket ship, a little house, right? From you mastering yourself, a sense of star power, because it's a star in a chart. I said takeoff and ascension. So you could be, having ascension symptoms, whether you're feeling tired, groggy, sleepy, headaches. I've been having a massive headache. Only thing that helped was my little cold crystal. I put it on like a little ice pack and it went away. And I was like, ah. All right. So grounding yourself, doing things that ground yourself, aromatherapy, smelling flowers, lighting candles. I lit some copal. I turned on my fountain. I have a water fountain, and I just zoned out and just did some deep breathing to help with some of those ascension symptoms. Do what works for you. Eating, sleeping, right? If you can, or it could be the reverse. You could feel super high energy, right? You can't sleep. You get and woke up. You feeling jolts of electricity, right? Feeling super blissful, super high. Right? This affects everyone differently. Again, if you guys haven't checked out my Kundalini video, I suggest you do. I do a very thorough breakdown on ascension symptoms and when the Kundalini is rising. Okay. DNA activations. All right. I said attraction of all things, a master manifester. And make sure that you're setting the right intentions, having proper intentions, setting the bar higher, doing more, thinking more, loving more. On a positive level. Okay. Set the bar even higher. Ace of Cups, the Holy Grail, fulfillment, divine nourishment. Okay. And always the mind, the body, the soul in alignment. Then I heard bravo and congratulations. Okay, y'all, because we made it. A lot of people didn't make it here. A lot of people done lost their minds. A lot of people compromise their integrity. A lot of people operating from their lower nature. A lot of people aren't conscious, aren't woke, and that's okay. But for us, we leveling up, right? Shout out to Soul Tribe. I love y'all. All right. And we're going to keep going on the up and up. We're rising higher to get closer to the most high source, the creator. That's what it's about here, and spreading our light and our love. All right. Okay. Then just wanted to embody. And since we're talking about all this star power, star quality, I want to embody some stars that were Geminis. Okay. So you can get a little bit of this multidimensional essence, right? Tupac. We all know his whole demeanor, Gemini. You know, first off, F the in the clique you came, West Side, right? But still talking about dear mama. If that ain't a Gemini, F you, but I love my mama. Right? And you ain't gotta be a Gemini. If it resonates, it resonates. Okay. But I'm just giving a few people out there. Biggie, right? Angelina Jolie, right? This great mind, this great actor, this great actress, right? Beautiful. Johnny Depp, okay, one of the coolest actors. Tap into these like I said, these kid movies. Brilliant man. Okay, Mary Kate and Ashley, they're literal twins, right? Been working, acting since children, multimillionaires. All right. Kanye West. How can we forget about Kanye? Right. Then we also got Kendrick Lamar. All right. All of these, just this essence. It's an essence that they carry, this star power that they carry, right? When it comes to their mind. Okay. John F. Kennedy. All right. R.I.P. to the real ones. We all know he was trying to, like I said, bring in this whole information about the aliens. And they said, Lord, forgive me. They said, you're talking too much. Sorry, y'all. But he was a great man. John F. Kennedy, right? Speaking of R.I.P. Prince, I can't forget Prince with that catalog, baby. Okay. Diamonds and pearls. Okay. Come on now. Hey, Purple Rain. Come on. All right. Morgan Freeman. Mel B from the Spice Girls. Spice up your life. Okay. Add a little spice in your life. All right. Naomi Campbell. All right. Embodying that confidence on the runway. Beautiful chocolate melanated woman on the runway against all of these. Do I got to go there? All right. It's the confidence. It's the confidence, darling. Okay. Then Venus Williams. Confident, melanated, overpower, over dominated, right? It's essence here. And Zoe Zendalia, right? Avatar, right? Just beautiful, right? So these are I just want to name some of those celebrities that were Geminis, just to embody that energy, get a feel for that energy, that confidence when it comes to mastering the mind and elevating, right? Okay. I want to tap into my meditation. All right. Shout out to Soul Tribe. Thank you so much for still being here with me. But yeah, I had also did a meditation on this energy, and it was very interesting to say the least. All right. So soon as I started the meditation, soon as I went to a meditation, I seen a house, right? And the roof, it was split. It was split at the roof from the foundation, right? And it gave me a sense of mastering the higher mind and mastering the lower mind, mastering the body, the mind, the soul, and the spirit, right? And not being caught in between the two, finding a center. Okay, so centering yourself, right? Doing what you have to do to cultivate peace within yourself at this time. Okay. Then I also seen this divine essence. Okay. This dragon energy. I always attribute that to the divine, right? And it was just there. And it made me think of God's house of the divines, house of the divines, home, right? The divine temple, the body is a temple, right? The Most High is here, right? Because that energy stayed in the meditation the whole time. The energy is still here with me. The energy was with me when I was doing my meditation. Like that energy is here. That, okay. So I said divine essence, divine presence is here, right? Making sure your foundation is set, right? Your foundation is set, right? And as I seen this divine essence, this divine presence, my heart chakra started to go off, right? And it was going off so much throughout the meditation, it was taking my breath away. So I had to breathe. I had to embrace it. It was very blissful. It was very loving. So this could be a time where everybody's feeling heart chakra activations. This could be a sense of, like I said, solar flares going off, Schumann resonance spiking. Get ready to embrace it, you guys. It's going to be very powerful, very life-changing, and very enlightening. Literally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, sexually, in all ways. Okay? So brace yourself and ground yourself. This is takeoff, baby. All right? I seen a star, and it was kind of like a stick figure, like a man, and it was falling. Like the best way I can describe it is like someone like falling back. So like free falling, trust falling, but it was like on fire. And when I think of a star on fire, I think of the sun, right? Because that is a star, but it's on fire. Stars are a flame, right? But it also made me think of like this could be a person, superstars, in the physical, like an actor, like, because I kept on getting like this actor, superstar energy, right? And then also like this falling, this shooting star, right? Something coming down. So I said a star falling, coming in, a shooting star, right? A meteor, right? Because when meteors come in, they crash. Because when it was falling, it like fell, and then when it fell, I seen like this energy rise up around it. So it's kind of like the impact. This could be a UFO crash, and this could be a meteorite crash and debris, space debris, right? Elon Musk, SpaceX did it again. That's what they like to say now, but it's really divine, right? They love giving credit to other people when it be the divine doing it, right? All right, now spirit got me going on a tangent. But yeah, it was like this star on fire or a man on fire going into the water or going into the ground, going into the earth. It was like this crashing, this impact within the water or within the ground. And I'm getting like waves, so it could be in the water. All right. A free falling, a free spirit, something crashing, right? And then spirit had me stay on that crash energy. So something coming in fast, impact of something coming in fast, lightning fast, in a flash, right? And that also made me think of solar flares again, right? A flash of lightning, come in like a thief in the night. Love wave. All right. Then I seen a ladder and it had 2 steps. And then the vision changed from a ladder. So this could be you, like I said, going up a level. This is the next level, the glow up, right? Then it went from 2 steps to an eye. And the eye was just like opening and looking. And then I seen these light rays coming from the eye. So it gave me a sense of enlightenment. It gave me a sense of your first eye being activated or your crown being activated, both. Reaching divine enlightenment, divine wisdom. Okay. Illumination, being illuminated. And then after I seen, after I seen the eye, it turned into lips. And it's very trippy the way how the eyes and the lips are connected, because it's these two, right? Get the eye and the lip. It's these two lids, these two, right? And they both can open. And that's what I seen. And I was like, I never really made that connection before, but I love it. It's these two lids, these two lips, right? The flowers, 2 lips, these two. I don't know if y'all catching what I'm throwing, but I was like, interesting. So then I seen a mouth open, these lips open. And then I seen a tongue come out. And I was like, Spirit, what is this? What is this tongue here? And it's a sense of playfulness, right? That childlike nature, that freedom, that playing, right? But then it made me think of kiss, right? Because kiss, they do that like that tongue thing. And that's what it looked like, right? And it made me think of like Gene Simmons, the rock band, right? And then it made me think of Rolling Stone, right? Because Rolling Stone has that like that tongue thing. And I'm like, rock band Rolling Stone, rock and stones, grounded crystals going within, something with that. And then the genes, right? Because I said Gene Simmons, the genes, something being unlocked within the DNA, being grounded, the earth, right? It's something here. But Spirit just wants me to say it because it'll come to fruition later. The picture will be made clear. Like, it might not make sense now, but it will later. All right, you guys. Then after that, I seen the divine. I seen a dragon, right? And it just stayed with me. So this is going to be a time where you're going to feel the divine presence and divine essence with you more than ever. Okay. And then my heart chakra just kept going off the whole time. So this divine love, right? This divine presence, blissful energy is very, I didn't even want to leave this meditation because I'm like, yo, I'm feeling the energy right now. It just feels so loving, right? It feels like just pure love and bliss, right? I imagine that's what, heaven or these higher planes feel like. It's very orgasmic. Spirit said it feels like an orgasm. It just feels good. It feels like love, like without a worry, without a doubt, without the weight. Right? So huge heart chakra activations, huge love, heart opening up, divine unions being here, right? And it was taking my breath away. Like I said, every time I kept feeling a heart palpitation, they kept coming. It wasn't overpowering. It just was taking my breath away. So this could be something that comes in that takes your breath away. It could be on a love aspect. Who knows, right? This could be the divine. Something shocking that takes your breath, coming and getting swept off your feet. I don't know. All right. But basically it's just the divine in you, and it's here for you. Right? Just you and it. Just you and the divine. because I was just sitting in the meditation for a while, in the divine essence, the divine presence, this dragon was just sitting there just with me. And I'm like, this is beautiful. It's just here. It's not moving. It's not dancing. It's not saying nothing. It's just here. Like, and then it's just, you could just feel this love, right? Then I seen a flower. I'm seeing a portal open up above my head. I love it. Yeah, so then I seen a flower, and then it went back to tulips again. And I was like, tulips, that's the second time, right? I seen the lips, two lips, and then a flower, two lips. So double entendre, things coming in doubles, things coming in triples. Lots of confirmation, right? Pay attention to the signs, the symbols, and the synchronicities. Okay. And give gratitude. There's going to be something coming in. Also going back to the flowers, right? Just receiving your flowers, right? You're attracting in abundance, your essence, right? And the divine is coming in, giving you your flowers, right? A celebration, a graduation. You made it through. You made it here. Give yourself a pat on the back, right? And give gratitude for the Most High. Okay. And that was my meditation. A few songs that I've been hearing throughout this whole energy was It's All For You, right? By Janet Jackson. Pretty self-explanatory. I've been hearing that song. It's just been popping up. And I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, it's all for you. Like Spirit saying it's all for you. The divine saying it's all for you, right? If you really want it, it's here for you, right? Go out and get it. Get you some, because it's all here for you to take advantage of. This is an open field of opportunity, right? Then it took me back to, because I'm like, this is a sample song from Luther Vandross, right? And then I go look up the song, and the song is The Glow of Love. The glow of love. And like I said, the whole time, my heart chakra going off, that green, that fourth, right? Also the throat chakra, because it's divine communication, right? Listening, divine communication, divine listening, right? Speaking, teaching, right? The glow of love. I just kept hearing like love songs, right? So there's divine affinity towards you, your divine infinity towards the divine, being one with source, being one with the creator, right? Then I heard Big Timers, right? I heard the song called Oh Yeah, right? And it goes, you're rolling with me, I'm rolling with you, daddy's whatever you want to do. And that part kept popping up. It was like, oh yeah, I got, oh yeah. And I'm like, why do I keep hearing this song? And it was like, it's whatever you want to do. And I'm like, oh, this is like an open portal for us to do what we want. Because the first song I got was It's All For You, right? The glow of love. And then whatever you want to do, right? You could take that leap. You could take that jump. This is a full circle moment. It's open for you. Okay. All right now. I got into the numerology a little bit. I just want to give you guys numbers that I was picking up on that kept popping up. Okay. And it was 2, 3, 6, 11, because 11 is 2. A lot of double entendres. And then 7. And then 7 and 11. 7-11 kept coming up. And that gave me like that good luck, right? It made me think of dice, gambling on yourself. You hitting, 7. 11, hitting, right? But also, the Chariot is 7, take off, right? That 11, justice, right? That Star card, elevation, right? Growth, taking off, right? Yeah, so those are just some numbers that I seen, a little bit of numerology. I feel like I pretty much broke those down. We're going to get into a card pull and we're going to see what else comes out. I wanted to make this very thorough. It's a lot that came through. This is the beginning of something big, you guys. Mark my words and let me know when things start to change and transform within your life. You're going to see miraculous changes during this time. Okay. I'm going to keep my crystal by me. Keep it on me at all times. Soon as I cut it. Soon as I cut. Oh, Spirit said that's the card. Wow. Hopes, wishes, and dreams. And it is 4 and 7, which is what? 11. What did I say? 7-11. You're going up, rising higher, tapping into your hopes, wishes, and dreams. This portal, what did I say? I seen a portal over my head. This beam of light, this lightning, dandelions, flowers. Come on now. Messengers, message. This galaxy, this space, right? Ascension. Take off. Okay? From you doing the inner work. Sky, wind, and star. Sky, air, wind, air, star. Ah! It's we're going up the steps. What I say, you're opening up the portal. The portal is opening up. Make a wish. All of your hopes, wishes, and dreams and desires are about to come true, baby. Master manifester, you better tap into this energy. All right. It's all here for you. What you gonna do with it? Don't abuse your power. Okay. Wow. I'm starting to get like shaky. All right, let's see what the top card is. I'm being nosy. No way. No way. The two childlike abundant energies. The dolphin. And I love dolphins. And that's another thing. This Syrian energy, this star essence, this star quality, right? Reaching the mountain peak, the world, it's all for you, right? Your inner child, reaching these higher heights, going up, right? The sun in Gemini season, all of June, right? Summer, the beginning of summer, this light ray activation, this fingerprint. I don't know if y'all could see. It's like this fingerprint, this DNA code, star seed. Ooh, my heart chakra going off. Yeah, the sense of freedom, the sense of reaching higher heights, right? On your journey, you've closed one cycle and you're entering in another one. And this one is all about listening to your intuition, following that gut instinct. Okay. It has got you here. And this is just a beautiful space and time. And it's time to shine. Okay, let me get my book. I really want to read this star card. 47. Okay. It says, profound and amazing blessings are headed your way, my love. Are you ready to receive? Have you gotten all of your ducks in a row so that you can be grounded and you can be resourced and you can be prepared to show up like the lit leader of legacy for all of these wonderful opportunities that you are magnetizing to yourself? Yo, did I not say that? Okay, I'm done. I'm done being in my ego, but I just have to say it one time. Okay. Now is the time to prepare for success because when it hits, it's going to hit big and it's going to hit fast. What did I say? Something big is coming in. Something big is coming in and it's going to happen in a flash. It's going to happen in a flash. This is a time to attend to the details and tie up loose ends, to till the soil and to set the stage so that you are prepared to make the most out of this incredible blessings that are knocking at your door. That make me not even want to pull no more cards. It's clear. It's clear. It's a clear pathway. Everything is clear. Everything is open. Everything is here for you. It's open for you. You decide what you want. You decide what path you're headed on, because it's an open road of abundance. Good life. Could be a good life or it could be a good lie. I'm getting good life. Yep. Let go of all of the negative energy, the shadow energy, right? Forget the haters. We tapping into this good high vibrational energy. The ancestors. What did I say? The ancestors are here. Yeah. Trying to take our crowns, right? Yeah. It's time, you guys. This is the time where we rise to the good life. Nothing but good, abundant things are coming in for us. And we are elevating and ascending right now. I can't even speak. I'm literally just pulling these for confirmation. I'm just pulling them for fun. But wow, that first card said it all. Was shot out. Surrender. May you release the old. Yep. But what I say, we letting go. Right? Releasing the old. Right? Letting go. Surrender. What's the top card? Upbeat. May your inner child come out to play. This is a child's hand. Yeah. That's the gateway to abundance. Awake. May you wake up to the beauty. It's that flower again with the sunlight on it. And what's the bottom card? Gift. May you receive the gift that awaits. I'm telling you. Put your hand out to receive, baby. Surrender and open up. There's something coming in. Let's pull some tarot. Something coming in for you putting in this work. Yeah, celebration. Wow, on a cut. I'm getting them on a cut today. Wow. Yeah, celebration of 3, right? 3 of cups. Yeah. Harvest. What did I say? This is harvest time. Mind, body, soul. All one with the divine, rising higher. Right? This is time to celebrate. Ha 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 ha. What did I say? The Joker, the Fool, the Hyoka. Right? Where did I put that at in my notes? The Joker. Hyoka is the clown, the fool, right? Who's a fool for doing this? But I'm getting closer to the Most High. I'm at the top of the mountain though, right? I got everything I need. This purity, that white flower. What did I say? The lily of the valley. It's all here. The sun, spirit's right there with you, right? We're on this new journey, right? We left that old 1:44 on the clock. We left that old energy behind us. We're on this new level of enlightenment. And we are one with the sun, one with the Most High. right? We are the star. Listening to spirit. We got our heads held up high, confidently, right? It's our birthright. We're on to new adventures, to higher heights. I'm so juiced the Fool card came out. That is the Joker. 0, new cycles beginning, and they're abundant ones. All right. Yeah. A little bit of emotional things. Like I said, that is Gemini energy, that overthinking, that personality, this personality. I want to be heard. I want to be seen. It's just about sitting back and embracing. Right. But I feel like this is us mastering our egos, mastering those different personalities. Right. There's going to be tests. There's going to be conflicts. This could be outside of you. Right. Keep your head held up high. Mind the business that pays you. Stay focused on your goals, right? And don't let anything distract you at this time. This is going to be a time of major distractions because there is so many light codes and activations coming in at this time. So they got to distract us with trials and tribulations of other things that have nothing to do with us. Meanwhile, we're supposed to be outside receiving light codes to upgrade our DNA and being grateful and being thankful that we have another day here on earth. All right. Yeah. Page of Swords. Keeping your mind clear. That's going to be the main thing. Okay. Keeping your mind clear, keeping your mind focused, being a warrior for justice on this righteous path, this righteous journey. And we are victorious, right? We are those divine warriors. And we're going to continue to prevail and continue to push through and continue to walk with our heads held up high and speaking our truth. Okay. What did I say? What did I say? Justice. I said 11, the justice card, and the justice card came out. Then I said being a warrior for justice. Balance, the truth. The truth is the truth. Balancing them scales, right? Yeah, we work for the Most High. The portal, the 11, right? The 2, right? I'm done with this reading. Hierophant and justice, baby. We're moving on up. We moving on up. This is a new journey on the next level. The grow up and the glow up. All right. We put in the work to be here. All right. We're closer and more one with the Most High than ever from us doing this internal work. Okay. We are receiving divine justice. We are getting more divine clarity, more divine intervention. We are vessels of the light. Okay. Wow. I'm just being nosy. Yeah. Sword of truth. This sword keep coming out. Wow. 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 What's behind here? Yeah. The world's in our hands. Yep. Wishes. Wow. Yeah. So we have a lot of things that are coming to us due to us operating from justice and integrity and divine light. Okay. The sword of truth. We embody that divine essence. And there's also going to be justice. Justice is served. Victory for us. Gifts coming in. Abundance coming in. Love coming in. There's going to be a lot of things coming in for us from us operating from this higher light. Whoa, all of those popped out. Good times, clarity. What hit the flow? 333. Social skills. Wow. It says 2424. Good times. Good times ahead, y'all. Okay. Leisure, rest, holiday pleasure, love, affection, kindness, and happiness. Return of happiness. Return of love. Okay. You are worthy of affection. You are worthy of affection, leisure, and pleasure. What did I say, y'all? You are worthy. If you tell your family and friends how you feel, you'll find that they are all on the same page and can work together, and you guys can work together effectively. Many people are rooting for you. If you spread love, it will find its way back to you multiplied. Multiplied. 3 times. 3 crowns. 3. 3 crown. 3. The Trinity. I put that on here. The Trinity. Mind, body, soul. Right? Then 3 come out. What did I say? 6 and 3. Because 24 and 24. 24 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 is 3. 3. 3. This is the same 3. Gemini energy. Tap in, y'all. Hopes, optimism, liberation, success, prosperity, excitement, enthusiasm. The problems you have today will eventually disappear. Okay, I'll shade that. Okay. Okay, your guardian angels encourage you to maintain a positive outlook on life since your luck may be about to change. It is time to put use to your captivating energy and inspirational personality. Don't let your ego get the best of you. Last card that popped out, 5555, which is 20, which is the 2. Change, great change is coming. I'm telling y'all, it's going to come in lightning fast. It says clarity, great transformation, major change, opportunities, fast pace, forward in process. You aren't a victim of circumstance. Rather, you are the beneficiary of it. If that weren't the case, life will be pretty dull. You will set yourself up for success in the long run if you are willing to adapt to the shift. Everything is working out for the best at long last. You are accomplishing what you set out to do. Everything will work out perfectly in the end. I love y'all. That's my energy reading. There's a lot of abundance coming in. Get ready to embrace it. Get ready to receive. All right. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.